What is up, YouTube? James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of the Singles Battle Spot. We are back, and today we're using the team I used for the Ultra Kalos Classic, which will be in the description down below. But of course, the Ultra Kalos Classic plus Singles Battle Spot is a completely different meta, but felt pretty fun, and I really did enjoy this team. It's like the first singles team I really built in a long time. So let's try it out because it was a pretty fun team overall, and we're gonna see. Obviously, it wasn't built for singles battle spot, so probably gonna suffer quite a few losses because there are some Pokemon I just didn't build around for. But I really like the team in general, so gonna see how it does here as we got our first opponent, 1490 rated player from Japan. With the team of Naganadel, Landisfarne, Greninja, Metagross, Charizard, and Mimikyu. Oh, it's a QR code team. Okay, cool. No matter where you go, that Greninja's still gonna be a problem no matter what. Um, what do I really like here? If I remember, Naganadel didn't have Nasty Plot. I think it had HP Ice though, so I can't wall it with Gliscor. This is awkward. Mimikyu is also a Pokemon I did not build this team for, so maybe a Greninja lead. Greninja could be nice here against my opponent, but the problem is, do you lead your own Greninja? I think I'm gonna go Greninja lead with Tyranitar and Charizard, because I don't see Aegislash doing too much work. Zapdos doesn't really put in too much work, and I think Gliscor could put in a bit of work, but I don't know. There's like a lot of factors that are hindering Gliscor. So if it's Assault Vest Landers, there is that factor. I wonder what my opponent's gonna bring, but my factor is I'm gonna lead Greninja. And if you don't lead, yeah, I'm gonna lead Greninja because it prevents his Landers from leading, which is all right for me. So let's see how this is gonna go. I have Dark Pulse for the Metagross. I have Ice Beam for the Landers. Ice Beam for Naganadel, which is super helpful. It was Z-move Naganadel, if I remember right. Yes, it was. I think it was Dual Z. So I'll lead Greninja here. What's my opponent gonna lead? It is the Greninja. I would have rather let Tyranitar then in this case, because it might be about speed now. I don't really want to weaken my own Greninja, but I think I have to. I'm gonna go for a Scald at this point. So just go for a Scald onto the Greninja. Maybe I could get a burn because I don't want to switch in Tyranitar on this Pokemon at all. Oh wait, this had Grass Knot? Is that even KO? Well, I have Sash anyway, so it wouldn't. Yeah. Yeah, Water Shuriken too. I guess I'll go for the Ice Beam here then. Oh wow, I'm lucky. I win both speed ties. Wait, was this Greninja timid or modest? Because it might have been modest from my memory. But I knock out the Greninja, which is great because getting rid of Greninja is just such a big threat to like Tyranitar and for other Pokemon that I had to deal with. So let's see what's coming out here. It might be the Mimikyu. Could potentially be that Mimikyu. If it's Mimikyu, I think I want to go for Water Shuriken. And then if you go for the Sword Stance, I sack Tyranitar. If you go for anything else, like a move that can knock out Greninja, want to go my Charizard. So Charizard going to come out from my opponent's side. Huh. Wasn't it Charizard Y? Greninja's still useful, so I think I'm gonna go Charizard here because I don't need health on Charizard to win. I think I just need Charizard for damage output against my opponent. Like Charizard could get a late game sweep. I guess maybe in case Mimikyu comes out and it gets a 1 SD off, it could be really bad of a situation. Otherwise, I think I'm still good. But I feel like if you had Mimikyu, you would have brought it out over Charizard because when he had that SD option. And then into Shadow Sneak. But then again, I guess you could be worried about the skies being broken due to Water Shuriken. if you go for Shadow Sneak trying to knock out Greninja. So I'm not sure Mimikyu's in the back. But Metagross is most likely not in the back though, so at least we have that to note. But what is my opponent going to go for then? Switch out into Charizard. As we'll see. It is Charizard Y, as I do remember. Did this have Focus Blast? I don't remember. So Drought is going to come out. Fire Blast. Solar Beam. Oh, that's perfect. Wasn't this Flame Charge? I think this was Flame Charge Charizard too, actually. Yeah, so I basically take minimal damage here. Maybe just trying to catch Tyranitar if it hard switched, I guess. I'm going to go hard Tyranitar now, of course. Because I should live a Focus Blast plus a Fire type move, thanks to the fact that I do have a Chapel Berry on my Tyranitar. So let's see here. It Empower. Oh, it doesn't have Focus Blast. Yeah, Solar Beam, Fire Move, Flame Charge. Unless you did have Focus Blast and I'm misremembering. I'm gonna get my rocks up here then. I'm gonna get my rocks up here. I could see Landers being that last Pokemon, potentially. Stays gonna go for Solar Beam. Maybe whatever is in the back doesn't appreciate Tyranitar? I mean, I only need Tyranitar for this Charizard specifically. I'm gonna draw off a Stone Edge. Solar Beam's base power in any other weather than... Actually, no. I think Solar Beam's 120 all around. Unless it's... Or maybe it's not? I know it's half base power in rain. I don't remember if it works for every other weather too. I guess it would be, maybe. I do knock out the Charizard. I'm really surprised my opponent stayed in and went for the Solar Beam. Who's that last Pokemon coming out? Landers. Okay, so here's the thing. Even if Charizard came in, I got my rocks up, so that Charizard's in a threat. I could sack Tyranitar. No, I would switch out Tyranitar, go on to Charizard, sack Charizard, then bring my Greninja, and then I can Ice Beam to a KO the Charizard as well as knock out the Landers. So that was my plan from the start. I'm just gonna crunch. Knockoff gonna come out. Maybe anticipating the switch. I mean, I really don't need my Tyranitar at this point, so I'll get a crunch off. And then I just crunch. Earthquake gonna come out. I wonder if Hidden Power Ice would knock out the Landers. Let me see, Flamethrower and Sun, would it do more? I think Flamethrower and Sun does a little bit less. I mean, I can just go Greninja here and just fire off an Ice Beam just to be safe. And I will just go for Ice Beams into the Lander slot. So we're going to be able to pick up one win. Winning the Greninja speed ties were pretty crucial. Although I still don't remember if it was a speed tie, if it was Modest Greninja, or if it was actually like a Timid Greninja. I really just don't remember. I feel like it was Timid, but it might have actually been Modest because I can't exactly remember the details. And the Grass Knot did a lot to Greninja. I know it was super effective Protean, but Greninja doesn't weigh that much. We knock out Landers. That's going to be a good game to my opponent. So really interesting to see that. I think the main play was seeing the double Solar Beam. Because I feel like my opponent always had to switch into Landers there. But maybe it was well, even if I got rocks up, even if you predicted rocks up, like Solar Beam, you're trapped in. It's not going to do too much damage. Maybe my opponent thought I was going to double. No, even if I doubled into Greninja, that doesn't make sense if you go for Solar Beam. It really just doesn't make any sense. But yeah, able to pull out a win there. Maybe we can pull through with maybe another one. I would like to go maybe positive in this episode. I guess we'll find out if we can or not. But very fun team overall. I did really enjoy playing this team. I felt like this team was pretty fun. It definitely wasn't the most solid. It was weak to like a few things in the IC. Mega Gyarados. I didn't realize how scary Mega Gyarados was in building. And especially since I forgot Mega Gyarados wasn't too relevant, if I remember right, in 14, just because, one, it had the lack of crunch, but it did get crunch. Obviously in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, so it's actually was a pretty good option, especially since getting Stab Crunch allowed to do more damage and got better coverage. As our second opponent with the team of Charizard, Aegislash, Tapu Fini, Cortana, Garchomp, and Tapu Lele. But Gunk Shot on Greninja would be great. I like Greninja as a decent lead. Oh, if it's Charizard X, I'm in trouble. I could see it being Charizard X or Charizard Y. I could see it being X though. I think Greninja Aegislash is good. I wonder what my last Pokemon would be. Flamethrower's Charizard could sweep my opponent if I get the conditions set up. But I feel like I need a better answer to Charizard, so thinking about Tyranitar as my last one. You know what, I'll go Tyranitar as my last one. It just makes me really weak to Earthquake Sweep. I have to sacrifice something. We'll see what my opponent decides to do. I don't like this. Scarf Earthquake does do a huge number to my team. So let's see how this is gonna go. I also have a Charizard X. It probably just sets up one Dragon Dance and blows me out of the water. So I lead Greninja against Lele. I don't see a reason not to just hard switch into my Aegislash and go for a Shadow Ball. Because would you really Shadow Ball right off the bat? I'm not too sure. I'm just going to go Aegislash. I think I want to throw off a Toxic. Because what would come in? Garchomp. Definitely. Could be Charizard. And I definitely want a Toxic Charizard if I can get the chance. Here comes the Aegislash though. On the Moonblast. Yep. So it's just Moonblast. Okay. That is Max? Or just Max Modest? I'm gonna go for Toxic though. I don't think Lele should stay in. Shadow Ball wouldn't knock me out. You're risking your own Shadow Ball. You're gonna go for double Moonblast? Do you just not have a good switch in the Aegislash? It's a special attack drop too, which is unfortunate. I'll go for Toxic here. How much did Moonblast do? 2 Moonblast did quite a bit. I don't think you got about 20 health. No, I think it's Moonblast are doing too much to where I can set up a substitute and keep my substitute. Lele switches out. Garchomp comes in. Yeah, this is a pain. I don't know if it's Scarf Garchomp, but I'm gonna King Shield. I think I have to sack Aegislash if anything here. I think I have to sack Aegislash here if anything. Because if it's Scarf Garchomp, I can't do anything. I'm just gonna Toxic. Maybe a Rock move on Glasgow could have helped with this matchup. We're gonna see Garchomp double out here. Into Lele. Oh, my opponent expected a double. Into what though? Maybe Gliscor? I think getting a sub up here is beneficial because but if you Shadow Ball, I'm gonna sub though. I'm not sure if you're gonna Shadow Ball or not. If I can get rid of Lele, that's absolutely huge too. Lele is a factor that it's troublesome to deal with. Yeah, Lele is just troublesome to deal with. And nice. My opponent switches in Garchomp. Nice. I get a sub up. I really want to say that this is Scarf. But if it's not Scarf, I'm still in a really good spot. Let's play a little bit of a defensive game, shall we? Because I don't mind stalling out power points if I have to. Although I don't really think it's going to matter too much. Yep, Earthquake. Because every time I get a Toxic off in this Garchomp, it's just more damage I get. I'll go for the Toxic here. As Garchomp just goes for Earthquake, and maybe after 2 Leftovers recovery I can survive another Earthquake. I just want to lower down this Garchomp, because if I can put it down into Water Shuriken range, I'm kind of set on sacking Aegislash anyway to bring in my Greninja freely. That sucks. Because if you're a random Sash Garchomp, I wanted that Toxic off. I wonder if you don't have Charizard in the back. We haven't seen what my opponent's been going for, and you keep going out in a Garchomp. You keep going for Earthquake too. Only one Pokemon can be Scarfed though on my opponent's team, which is good information. Well, which is always good to know. I want to figure out if it's Scarf Garchomp or if it's Scarf on the Lele. So Earthquake gonna come out here. I would love to get this Toxic off just to see if it's a Sash Garchomp. Like, break a Sash Garchomp. So I do land a Toxic. And you know what? I'm going to throw off a Shadow Ball. Because if Lele comes in, I punish it. And if I punish Lele coming in, that's absolutely huge for me. And if Aegislash goes down, as I said, I was fine losing Aegislash to get in my Greninja. So we'll go for Shadow Ball here. Yeah, you're gonna stay in, go for Earthquake, which is fine. So Aegislash goes down, down it goes, and we get Greninja in. Again, just fire off Ice Beams. I am worried though, because if it's Feeny in the back, I guess this makes it difficult, but Feeny could have probably just stalled me out anyway. And you could have easily went Feeny first. No reason not to just fire for an Ice Beam here. This Garchomp's gonna retreat, maybe fearing if I'm Scarf Greninja. Here comes the Lele. Ice Beam and 2 Toxics might be enough to finish off the Lele. At this point I kind of hope so, because that would be fantastic. Here comes the Ice Beam. Not enough. I'm worried. I'm really worried. I'm gonna go Tyranitar, I think. I kind of hope my opponent goes for Psychic, if anything. But you could easily just Moonblast, too. So I'm gonna get Tyranitar in. I don't know if you're Scarf Lele either. I'm gonna get Tyranitar in because I think I need rocks, because if Charizard is in the back, I'm in trouble. Psychic. Oh, perfect. You want to Pursuit the Lele? I kind of want to Pursuit the Lele. You know what? I'm gonna Pursuit the Lele. Nice! Alright, we get the Pursuit off. So, 1... I went for that Pursuit because I don't know if it's Scarf Lele or not, because Garchomp might have been afraid. 2, that wears down a turn of Sand, so when Greninja comes in, I feel pretty good. And I think Garchomp has to come in now. If it's Tyranitar, I'm still fine. Oh, wait, what? It's Kartana? Oh, this is... Well, no matter what, whoever's the Scarf, it comes down to it. And if it's Scarf on the other thing, I feel okay about my position. If it was Scarf on the Lele, I feel actually pretty decent about my position. Crunch on a Sacred Sword. I do have Chopple Bear, so I'm going to guarantee a crunch off. So it really comes down to if my opponent wasn't Scarf Lele now. It really comes down to that. Crunch. So now all his Pokemon are in Ice Beam range, and the question is, are you Scarf with any of these Pokemon? Or if you're Timid Kartana with Beast Boost. Because that damage doesn't look that great with Chople Berry. Then again, Tyranitar's a fat Pokemon when it can take attack boost, so it's not speed. Greninja. Wait, how many turns was Sand 2? Oh, please tell me this is the last one. I think it might be, actually. Yes, it is. So even if you're Scarf of anything, I think I win the game. Because 2 Ice Beams finish off both your Pokemon, and you can't knock me out in a single hit thanks to Ice Beam. So I think it comes down to if you're Scarf Garchomp and if you have Rock Slide. So I get rid of the Kartana right there. Sandstorm subsides. Oh, this is looking good. Comes down to Garchomp. Are you a Scarf variant? We'll find out. We shall find out. And if you're not, no matter what variant of Garchomp you are, unless you have Rock Slide, Scarf, you are not going to win the game. So it was Scarf Garchomp actually, so the Lele switched out. I guess I was just lucky that my opponent decided to switch out to Lele. But yeah, that's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. Get to knock on Garchomp, and that is good game. So Greninja able to come in. Greninja is such a good Pokemon. As you saw, able to do a ton of work against my opponent. And yeah, just Greninja putting in the work. We're going to go positive in this episode, which is really nice. That Pursuit. I don't know, if it wasn't Scarflele, could have went for Focus Blast. It would have missed Focus Blast though. But it was so important because since my opponent did get damage onto my Tyranitar, my opponent actually wasn't able to, you know, one, the Chople Berry. The Chople Berry helped because I was able to stall out a turn. And then get the damage on Kartana in case Ice Beam didn't knock out Kartana, which, you know, might have been a possibility. As 1544 rated play from Japan as our last opponent. Greninja, Celesteela, Charizard, Tapu Koko, Landis Varian, Breloom. I actually really like Greninja, Gliscor, Tyranitar, I think. Yeah, that's super weird, but I think that's the best call. Again, Tyranitar was, Charizard was such a big problem in general to this team. Do I want to lead Tyranitar? Kinda. I don't know who my opponent leads though. I think Greninja's just a safe lead. Breloom, Tyranitar in the back. If it's Sash Breloom lead, could be a problem. Greninja's gonna be an issue. When is Greninja not an issue though? It's so strong. It is actually such a strong Pokemon. So many options, good speed, great coverage. And Protean? Like, that thing is so strong. Okay, so the way I'm going to have to beat Celesteela is by hitting 1 out of 8 guillotines that I have. So, pray that I hit one, but I think I do need Tyranitar in this matchup, and I think Gliscor helps because the Koko could be a bit problematic. And I do need to switch into Thunderbolt, so we'll see how this goes. Yeah, this doesn't look good for us. So Greninja's gonna lead from my opponent's side, okay. I don't know if it's Scarf, might come down to speed ties, of course. I think I'm gonna go for Dark Pulse instead. I lose the speed tie. If it is a speed tie, I want to go for Dark Pulse because if my opponent transforms into water, maybe I could have knocked it out with Dark Pulse into Water Shuriken. Goes for the Grass Knot actually, okay. Okay, why does every Greninja carry Grass Knot now? I know I've seen a lot of Grass Knot Greninja, but I still wonder. Is it for like, is it just coverage for like Gastrodon and Tyranitar? Well, I don't think Gastrodon's common in this format. Greninja's gonna switch out, interesting. Oh, in a Breloom? Oh, beautiful. Of course I'm going for Ice Beam if you turn in a Grass type, so Absolutely beautiful. So I either knock out Breloom or activate Sash. And I just knock it out, so it wasn't Sash. So I get rid of the Breloom. Oh, baby, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Greninja gonna come out once again. What do you think that's back Pokemon is? If it's Coco or Tyranitar, it really depends on who that back Pokemon is. I can't tell. I think I'm gonna go for Dark Pulse here. Alright, so it is a speed tie between the Greninjas. We are gonna see a Dark Pulse. Oh, I survive? Yo, Greninja's actually lit. Dark Pulse gonna come out. I don't think Water Shuriken would knock out the Greninja, but it might put it into Sand Range, which is actually so important. So I will go for a Water Shuriken here. And if I get the hits that I need, that's just so beneficial here. But let's see. Water Shuriken. 1, 2, 3. Can we get one more? Nice! Greninja putting in some work. Okay. Greninja is so good. Let's see what that last Pokemon's gonna be. It was Landers? Okay, so I kind of actually felt good about my position with Tyranitar, because I would have probably went Tyranitar and got up my rocks. Or I would have pursued it. I think I had like multiple options at that point. But yeah, this works out. I can go for the Ice Beam here. Match is going to be forfeit. We do take 3 wins in today's episode with the Ultra Kalos Classic team. And Greninja has been putting in work. This Pokemon is insanely good. But thank you all for tuning in today's episode of the Ultra Singles Battle Spot series. If you did like it, please leave a like down below, show some support. As well as you can check out that Ultra Kalos Classic, which I did down below in the description. As well as my social medias, the side series, my main series, previous episodes. All of that will be linked down below. And of course, feel free to leave a comment as I do read them. Otherwise, I think that's going to be it for me. Have a great day, people. And until we battle again, I'll catch you all later.